MLA ke Kongres na rangsa kuna Zenith sangma ula keno ya kejimbam le terikam ke Sorkar ke bakhemla setia bantik lakam ya kejingja hapo ke jylla ke blak takru ya ke syongsuk syongsan MLA geleng persya ula thiarik Sorkar ke bakhemla bale haduh menta la ars nem shiting ya ke them metor hendai kelak syutung tang ya ke high level committee ke baklem penmi so AA ulong bahadim la shim ke Sorkar MDA la bon setang kikam ya keja Banadu ujemang kalai pawai tarik baya keja them metor haduh prapo singia penjeri curfew hanong ba Shillong bat kani kampat juja hapo ke jylla haduh balawan bantu kelaru deki Sorkar berkiseng bana syabar ke jylla.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to move the special motion. This House do now discuss the failure of governance and deterioration of law and order in the state.
Motion moved. Now you may initiate discussion.
Mr. Speaker, sir, at the very outset, I would like to thank you profusely for giving me this opportunity to discuss and highlight about very pertinent issue, that is the law and order situation in the state of Meghalaya and the failure of the government to prevent corruption across the state. When we talk about the failure of the government, I don't mean to say that it is just only to blame the government, but to bring so many issues to the notice of the government, which the government of the day knowingly or unknowingly failed to address. Sir, if we look back the past, right from the inception of the state, or even before that, Meghalaya was known to be a peaceful state. The people of the state of Meghalaya were known to be peace-loving right from the time of the British regime. Shillong was the capital of undivided Assam in the eastern frontier. Since those days, Shillong was known as Scotland of the East. Most of the parents from the different parts of the northeastern India, and even from outside the northeast, from different parts of the country, and even from the present Bangladesh, the parents used to send their children to study in Shillong. That is why there was a talk about Shillong, and it is known as educational hub, Mr. Speaker, sir. But alas, with lots of pain and agony, I have to say in this August House that Shillong of those days, Shillong of today, the present time Shillong is no longer the Shillong of those days. The present time Meghalaya is no longer Meghalaya of those days. Within last 2.5 years, the name and fame of Meghalaya and Shillong has been destroyed, Mr. Speaker, sir. Now Meghalaya is known for wrong reasons. Meghalaya is being seen as communal state where sense of insecurity prevails. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government could not handle even the small incidents which resulted into a big communal clash subsequently, Mr. Speaker, sir. There are series of such incidents. After this government has taken over on the 31st May 2018, the clashes were sparked by an altercation between a Khasi bus driver and a Sikh resident in the Tham metor area. And the government could have put it in the nip in the bud. But due to its complacency, due to its negligence, it has become bigger and bigger. And lots of violence took place after that incident. Curfew was imposed, and it lasted for long 80 days, breaking the record that curfew was never imposed for such a long time for a single incident in the state of Meghalaya. There has been lots of criticism within the state and outside the state because of the inability of the government to handle the situation at the first instance, then subsequently the government of Punjab interfered into the affairs of Meghalaya in handling law and order situation in the state of Meghalaya, which is actually the state subject. Lots of other political parties like Akali Dal leaders, they came to Meghalaya, interfered in the affairs of the governance in Meghalaya, which was never happened before, Mr. Speaker, sir. By not being able to handle it in the beginning, when it became out of control, then just to pacify the people of the state, the government has constituted a high-level committee headed by the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. And this high-level committee has been buying time again and again, and till now this case has not been resolved. It's been 2.5 years, Mr. Speaker, sir. Amazing. Till now, this has not been resolved, Mr. Speaker, sir. Sir, if you look at the number of cases of crime against women and children, it is unbelievable. In 2018 itself, Meghalaya witnessed large number of crime against women and children. Let me highlight some of the statistical data. As per the statistics, altogether 481 crimes were reported against women in the state, while 291 crimes were reported against children. Out of the 481 crimes against women, 58 were cases of assault with intent to outrage modesty, followed by 67 rape cases. There were 17 cases of attempt to rape and 36 of kidnapping, and abduction of women, besides 14 cases of insulting modesty. As far as crime against children is concerned, there were 238 cases registered under the Protection of Children and Sexual Offences Act 2012. Also, there were 42 cases of kidnapping and abduction, besides one case of infanticide. And in 2019, Mr. Speaker, sir, a 7-year-old kid was raped and killed in the month of April. In a bizarre incident, on December 10 of 2019, a lady was found hanging on one tree. Mr. Speaker, sir, again in November 2018, an 18-year-old girl filed a supplementary FIR against a ward commissioner of the Shillong Cantonment Board, adding details of the alleged rape. But till now, the victim has not got any justice. A body of a woman identified as some Sorkar, who was an employee of MTDC, was found at a forest in Umbir in Rivoi in June 2019. 11 people were held for flash threat. In June, in a sex racket operating in Mimuntudu in West Jaintia Hills, targeting minor girls. And there are lots of pending POCSO cases. More than 600 POCSO cases are pending, out of which only few has been disposed of. Mr. Speaker, sir, we can see in certain parts of the state there has been reign of terror going on. If you recall, on the 8th of November 2018, Mr. Agnes Karsing, accompanied by Amita Sangma, the social activist who went to eastern part of Jaintia Hills for making documentary about the alleged illegal mining of coal and illegal transportation of coal. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, on that ill-fated day, they were targeted by the organized criminals who were involved in this illegal operation of coal mining and coal transportation, that assaulted these two women so seriously. Somehow they could recover from their injuries after a long time. But till now, proper justice has not been given to the victims. It creates deterrence. The people who are right thinking, who thinks for the benefit of the people of the state, they are being targeted. Now, who will dare to go and visit those places to unearth the truth. Where there is illegalities are going on. And with that very intentionally, these kind of criminals instigated by some people who are involved in this smuggling of coal. In the investigation, Mr. Speaker, sir, the preliminary investigation, the people who are the members of the party in power in the present government are seen to be involved. The working president of NPP from Jaintia Hills, Mr. Nidamon Chulet, was identified as the main accused. In February-March 2020, 24 coal-laden trucks were seized in Malidor area. In the preliminary investigation, one Mr. Bison Shillong, who happened to be the own brother of a minister from that area, from that region, was found to be involved, who eventually got anticipatory bail and protected from being arrested. So from this, we can understand, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the people in power are seen to be involved in these illegalities. How many times, being the responsible leaders, we have been flagging these issues before the government, but the government repeatedly denying the fact that the illegalities is going on. There is no illegal mining, there is no illegal transportation of coal. That is the reply from the government. In the last few days, I was looking at some media carried the statement given by the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. The Deputy Chief Minister was so complacent, I could see. He was saying why the opposition Congress MLAs are having headache in saying that illegalities are going on. We have the system. We have got checkpoints everywhere. Lots of checkpoints are erected by the government. If any illegal transportation is found, they are being seized. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, lots of scams. If I use the word scam, some people may have allergy in their ears. But it's a fact. Lots of scam in power department. Scam in Sobaidya. Scam in Ganol small hydro project. Scam in casual employment of the MECL. And lots of anomalies in MECL, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. In Sobaidya tendering process, let me enlighten this August House. There was 2 packages met for tendering the infrastructural work in the state of Meghalaya. Package A, package B. One package is for Garo Hills region, another package is for Khasi Jaintia Hills region. Then MS Unicon, Mumbai-based company, was awarded for the package B in the Garo Hills region. That too, in what rate, Mr. Speaker, sir? Let me tell this August House. %51 above the schedule of rate. Combining package A and B, the amount of money increased beyond the tender value has become almost 200 crores, Mr. Speaker, sir. For whose interest? And very interestingly, the local contractors who were awarded with service connection works, they were awarded at par the schedule of rate. Wow, what a justification. For people coming from outside, that awarded the work at 51% above the schedule of rate. But for the local contractors whom we are supposed to promote, has been awarded at par the schedule of rate, Mr. Speaker, sir. And this company who was awarded for Garo Hills region surrendered the work after 30% work was completed. Any penalty has been imposed? No. And it is match fixing, Mr. Speaker, sir. In giving award of the work also match fixing. How? The criteria given in the NIT tender notice was total work done up to 100 crore in Northeast. Didn't specify whether it is in the electrical work or any other civil work. No. Just to enable this particular their chosen picked up company to qualify in the bidding process. How come this company who doesn't have any knowledge, any experience about electrical work can do? That is why ultimately they have surrendered.